East Podcast, WATP.
I was checking out That Reality Show from May 10th, 2023. So this is an older episode. They have a different camera angle. You can see Lisa better in this angle. So I was enjoying that already. And Lisa talks about there was a guy who wants to be her friend. And it's not that easy just to be Lisa's friend, you'll find out.
There was a guy. There was a guy yesterday. He kept saying to me, "Oh, I really want to be your friend. I really want to be your friend." And I was going, "Shit. I don't have any spots left for anyone."
Well, that's because the server this Facebook server can't handle it. They can't keep track of anything more than 5,000.
You know, if somebody could get like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,000, then I'd have them, because I really know that many people. I know people all over the world.
There's also
Lisa's bragging that she has 10,000 friends. I believe it. Lisa's awesome, but that's a pretty impressive number, I would say.
I'm really into this camera angle. Lisa looks great, and this is the worst camera angle ever for Helga.
It is. It's so bad. And what's crazy about this is that it's just off to the side, but you can see they have like an old-fashioned radio behind them, and there's a reflection coming off the glass of it that is what they're staring at, which is themselves. And they can't take their eyes off themselves. The entire show, we knew this before, but this angle just really drives it home. They love staring at themselves. So now you just heard that. She's already reached the 5,000 limit of friends you can have on Facebook. So there's a guy on there who's like, sends a friend request, and she's like, sorry, bud. I have too many friends as it is. I can't have you as a friend. But then it turns out this guy might like Trump. So this is a problem.
But anyway, this guy kept saying, "Oh, I want to be your friend. I want to be your friend. I want to be your friend." And then he goes, I had to write down, I had to report on the Donald Trump thing. And I wrote down what he had to do. He said, fake news. Here's a guy asking me if he can get on my page. He's sitting there downgrading women.
And he's talking about Donald Trump, so anything
Guess
bad
what I
about
did?
Donald Trump's Facebook.
Block.
Yeah.
So I had to grab that as an ISO. We got to get this on the board.
Block.
Fantastic. Lisa really is a human soundboard, especially in this episode. There's a lot of ISOs that I'm going to play. And I don't normally play the Helga Mann stuff because I find Helga extremely boring. Helga in this episode rambles on and on and on about shit that no one could possibly care about. But she does have this hot political take that did not age well.
And I thought, if Biden decided not to run, Kamala would be the very, very good candidate. I mean, it was a match made in heaven, those two together, because Kamala's dedicated, she's smart,
she's a good prosecutor.
She don't take shit from nobody.
Maybe you guys should stop talking about politics. Maybe that's not really the realm for you. It seems like you don't have a lot
Leave it to Stuttering John.
Yeah, you don't have a lot of expertise in this. Kamala and Biden were a match made in heaven, according to these two dimwits. Okay, sounds good. So then it's Wake and Bake Wednesday, which is Lisa's favorite day of the week. I mean, she wakes and bakes every day, but, the Wake Wednesday. And so she takes a giant hit and starts coughing. Very feminine. Very ladylike.
You don't cough, you don't get off.
Okay.
Can you imagine being in your 60s or 70s or whatever, and you're still trying to take as big a hit as possible? It's like, can you just mellow out, just eat a gummy at a certain point? You would think. Here's one of my favorite ISOs of all time.
You're a fucking idiot.
Well said. All right, so Lucy,
Yes.
glad you're here because Lisa has a question for you.
Oh boy.
I said, "What's wrong with you, bitch?"
I like that I said too.
Yeah.
Why do I feel so seen?
Well, she follows
Even
up.
Lisa knows.
She follows up, Lucy.
She is the C word, though. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean?
All right. I don't think that was about you, actually. She didn't know who you were yet. Now, Helga, like I said, goes off on this long, rambling story. She's like Grandpa Simpson. And she's talking about the military, and she's throwing out people's names and things that were happening. And Lisa, thank God, cuts her off.
We go around and do a clock round. We check the locks on the bunkers.
It's going to be long.
But
Is this going to be long?
no, I just come back from that duty. It was
The other dynamic that's happening on all of these shows that I love is that Lisa has been up for 8 hours at this point. It's like 8 a.m. and she goes to bed at 6 p.m. and gets up at midnight or something. And she just wants to go to get food. She's starving. And she's high, and she's got the munchies. And as Helga's going on, she's like, "Can we just go to brunch now, please? That's all I want to do." And Helga is not hungry, doesn't care, just wants to talk and tell her stories. Well, then Lisa starts staring at herself, as she's been doing this entire episode, and starts complaining about her dye job. She's staring at herself in the monitor and is not happy with the color of her hair.
Is my hair orange, Helga?
no.
Yes, it is.
It's perception. I see a beautiful platinum blonde there. In fact, it's pretty
No,
brassy.
it's not platinum.
It's brassy. You just don't like it being that brassy.
I wanted it honey.
You wanted a deeper.
I'm not going to say anything about Kayla because I love her.
You wanted a deeper color. Well, remember, she was coloring gray, so she wasn't sure what color it was going to come out. It was going to come out some kind of blonde. But because you have a gray base to work from, it's going to be lighter. She's going to have to work she's going to have to highlight that with a light brown to get the color you want. She's going to have to highlight.
Huh?
Yeah, all she has to do is put some light brown highlights in there, and it'll take on a honey blonde color.
Okay.
Because when you're dyeing gray, everything's lighter.
What kind of hair dryer is she going to use?
So the man in a wig.
Helga is the last person I'm taking hair advice from.
I just love and the visual here is astounding because Lisa's staring into her own soul. Mesmerized by what she sees. She's talking about colors and shit. Maybe she took the brown acid or something.
Still a better story that I got when I was on that show where Helga told me how they poured the foundation of the garage next to the room that they're broadcasting from. At least Lisa was actively bleeding from the leg during the story. It was the only thing that made it interesting.
There's nothing that can happen to Helga Mann that she won't report on this show. Nothing is too boring. Lisa, before they end the show, does have one last thought about Donald Trump. A lot of Donald Trump talk. They were very celebratory because this happened right after he was convicted of those 34 felonies in New York City. So they're really excited about that.
We cover for him.
Today is
You son of a bitch.
I can't wait
He
to
is-
know his
he
business
is-
policies.
He is
Yes.
such an asshole, he goes.
And then she goes off. I don't know where she goes to after that. One more clip I have on here, and this is classic Lisa, always threatening violence, always wants to beat people up.
I don't fight girls. Do you understand that? Not at all. Give me a big man and I'll beat the shit out of him. But not a woman.
That's good. That's good of you, Lisa. I'm glad that's where you draw the line. So
Did you see? Look at her knuckle on her forefinger there. I mean, we know how big Helga's hands are.
Yes.
Look at that knuckle. Bring that up.
Yeah.
Zoom in on that.
I thought she had a cigar.
That's one finger?
That might be arthritis or something, right? I wouldn't want that coming quickly towards my face.
Or ass.
Okay, yeah, you're right. That would be worse. You got me there.
Who are these podcasts?